Alrighty, we're back, and Skype is still a terrible, terrible piece of software.
Or are we already all synced up?
We're good.
Oh,
Oh,
awesome. At least we're in the right places.
So, as I was explaining before Skype decided it wanted to be Scoop, was that I wanted to. I can only okay. So if I do a snapshot. Oh wait, maybe I should move. Yeah, I'll move. I'll move like behind him, like maybe to.
You've taken 2 actions. It's his turn.
No. The impair actually lets me move as well.
Oh, it lets you move afterwards.
Yeah, it lets me move before. I needed to move before, so my first action was to
move there and then
move
cover him in
and
a
then
sheet.
cover him
Okay,
with a
that's
sheet.
fine. You got 1 more action then.
And then I wish to use a full action to move there, because otherwise I'm not going to be able to make it. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So my move is 2. So yeah, that will give me 4 spaces to move. So
You can move 4 spaces.
yeah, I'm using a full action to just.
That's
do
1,
move.
2, 3. Yeah, you can move there.
Yeah. So and then I don't know if am I going to be able to be seen pretty easily? So yeah.
Yeah, you're a giant creature thing, but let's see what happens. I mean, it's his turn. But I mean, he also doesn't know where you are.
Yeah.
After having been impaired with the sheet.
Okay.
He's kind of stupid because he's a robot. In a strange sort of way, he's a mindless drone. Anyway, it's his action. So he's actually
literally a mindless drone.
He's actually going to you can almost hear the gears turning in his head as he tries to figure this out. He actually
yeah, okay.
he steps around for a second back and forth. It all happened a little quick for him. He's going to make an attack roll to burn the sheet off is really what's going to happen.
Okay, that's interesting.
And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to visibly roll on the... I'm going to roll a 1d8 to see which direction he shoots in in the room. With 1 being south, 2, 3, 4, 5 being north, 6, 7, 8. Do you see that?
Yeah, I see it. Yep.
Okay. And it goes clockwise.
Okay.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He actually shoots towards the other table that you aren't hiding behind.
And that's simply just to burn off the sheet, right? He doesn't actually know there's someone there.
He doesn't know someone's there. He's just he's turned around a little bit a few times, and then he started shooting to burn. And the sheet does indeed catch flame and start burning off. But that process doesn't finish before the end of his turn. So he actually... he takes a prep action, but as a robot, I don't know if that would regain him any endurance.
Well, it is a recover, so whatever his recover is. So recover is focus, unless he has an extra thing in it. So whatever his focus skill is. So
whatever his focus is how much he recovers.
Yeah.
Period.
Whatever.
Okay, well, he recovers 1.
There you go. Okay, so then is it going back to me? Or are you swapping to another group of people?
I'm not going to swap to another group. From now on, we're going to resolve each combat in totality before moving on.
All right, then I'm going to then unleash the remainder of my 3 bullets.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You didn't get a chance to reload. But you did a really cool move, so...
Yep.
All right, attack.
That's all that matters.
Wow, your mic's really loud. All right, it's going now. Cool. Yep.
Yeah, I just had it upscaled because Skype autocorrects.
All right, so 25.
Yeah,
Skype
you hit him.
Yeah. So with this, it does nothing still because of the 6 being the same as his armor. So, or the crit being the same as his armor. So that's another 4 damage to him. And then my second one, I'm going to do a prep so I can reload my gun. Since I've taken no damage, it only just simply reloads. So.
Okay, you're reloaded. Now it's his turn.
Yep.
The sheet finishes burning off, but he's not turned towards you, and so 1 action is spent. He just scans the room, sort of.
So analyze, I guess? No.
No.
Okay.
Well, no, it's not actually an analyze. It's just a find you.
Okay.
He scans the entire room. That takes an action. It wouldn't take an action for a human creature thing.
Sure.
And he does find you. And then he just attacks from where he is because he has only one action left.
Cool.
And what's your total defense?
That would be. You give me 2 again.
Yeah, you're still in cover in the same way.
Okay, so
but you had 4 actually.
So
we
it'd be
determined,
18.
It wasn't entrenched. It was he doesn't hit. He does the exact same thing as last time. The laser heat melts a huge portion of the surgical table that's there.
Mm-hmm.
And
Okay.
you're
So he's down to what? 12, 11, 10, 9 damage, 9 endurance damage.
he's got 9 endurance.
All right, so I'm gonna. That's both of his attacks then.
It's both his actions.
Yeah.
Your turn.
So I'm gonna hit for 18.
All right, that hits.
Cool. That's another 4. So that's
5.
5, and then I'm gonna do it again. So 17 probably doesn't hit.
That hits.
Oh, it does
1.
hit. Okay, so he's down to 1. And
He,
then,
he has no cover, so he's only got defense plus reflexes.
Okay. Yep. And then so I've used 6 bullets.
Yeah, he's got 1 health left. It's his turn. He's gonna move. He moves right next to you.
Cool.
And he levels the thing at you, the heat
Mhm.
thing, and he's going to attack. You now don't have cover, so what is your total defense?
Without cover, it would be 14.
All right. This may hit. It hits. He does... Let me look this up real quick. Sorry for the lull in the battle. At a
Sure.
very tense moment. It's a large list of things.
Yeah, we're all still learning. It's okay.
And we didn't have a fillable PDF, so I've had to not write this
So
down.
what's his? You're just trying to work out what his laser weapon does into endurance, right?
I'm actually trying to see if it has how much crit damage it has.
Lovely.
But for no reason in particular. I'm trying to figure
Holus
out.
Talios is now dead.
I don't think so.
Well, to
Sure,
give
it's
you an
that
idea, the SMG has 3, the rifle has 4, and the hitty sword, the big one, has 5. So you
Right.
can scale up based on like difficulty of attack if you don't have it.
Uh-huh.
But you probably do. So
But you also need to get to -2 of an attribute to die.
that's right. Yes. So if he
So-
does more than 4 damage to an attribute, then I'm dead.
Right. However, his crit damage is actually only 2.
All right then.
And he does deal it to you. But
So
then we have to roll 1d6 to
1d6.
see. Do you want to do it, or do you want the GM to do it? Or to
Don't make it public though, but just do it.
I will make it public, but I'm just asking how we want to proceed with this type of thing.
I think the GM should always do it. Whoever's
Yeah.
whoever's rolling for crit damage should always roll it.
Okay, you take damage to your
Perception.
6, which is-
So
Yep.
I'm down to 1 perception. So let me just write that down here. And I don't think that affects me too much in combat, so I'm good.
well, your perception does actually go down. So if you use perception for anything,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying it doesn't affect me.
So actually, he rounds the corner on this thing, and I mean he's pretty hurt himself. There's some sparks flying,
Mhm.
Steam billowing out of somewhere. He levels this thing at you, just as you level your gun at him too. Just to keep it realistic, you're both gonna act semi simultaneously.
Oh, I have to reload. So oh wait, no, I got
No,
3
you
bullets
don't.
left.
You have got
Yeah.
So you just as and everything goes red for a second, and there's a searing pain on the left side of your face,
Oof,
as
that
he burns and scalds the flesh around your left eye.
making me more
which
of a
is-
monster than I actually am.
Incredibly painful, and is probably going to leave a wicked awesome scar
Because
depending
of
on how you heal.
perception. I get it. Very
Yeah,
good. Yeah.
and but you've leveled your gun at him, and just as the world comes spinning back into focus, even though you're in pain, your action is to...
Unleash hell!
Yeah. He's so close that you can just stick the SMG in this. There's a big spot where red light is pouring out, and he very clearly doesn't have any sort of external armor there. And you just shove the SMG into that opening, so to speak, and hold down the trigger for the rest of your ammunition, which is only a 3-round burst, of course, because you only have 3 bullets. Or maybe ammunition's more of an amorphous thing, so it's more like a 9 bullets. And you just hold down the trigger until it clicks. Sparks fly out, his body spasms, and the lights, the red eerie lights, shut off, and he falls backwards. Clearly shut off.
Okay, so in game terms for everyone watching, basically what happens is when his endurance goes down to 0, any damage applied after that is crit damage, which affects an attribute of whatever it is. So in this case, it would have been 3 crit damage, and that would have been enough to, if I rolled a d6 to whatever attribute this thing had, it would have been enough to basically kill it, if I'm understanding that correctly, right, Wreckage?
Yeah, because, well, NPCs have a lower attribute threshold for dying.
It's 0. So basically, a non-player character in a normal game will be -5. A non-player player character... Sorry, they're both player characters. So a player character in a survival game, which we're playing, is actually -2. NPCs is 0. So once the attributes reach 0, then that's it for them.
Yeah, you would have put any of his attributes to 0 with that attack.
Yeah. So before we move on, I wish to do a healing thing on myself.
That'll happen simultaneously with other people's things. So.
It only you have to do the paramedic stuff directly after combat, though. So.
Okay. Oh, okay. So yeah. Well, then let's do that.
Yeah.
Let's do paramedic, whatever that is. Let's run through that. Let's explain it to the folks at home.
So basically, paramedic is, if you do it directly after combat, it requires a toolbox, which I have. And, you know, because we're in the medical bay, I can get additional to that role, which is interesting. Then, basically, it heals any 3 of your attributes back up to whatever the role is. So, yeah, only heals damage dealt this combat. So I can't heal, like, other scars or whatever from previous rounds or anything like that. So basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to heal the 2 damage that he did to my perception by rolling, by doing paramedics. And I'm not sure what I need to roll here. I think it's the difficulty. No, it's 12 plus healing or medical, which for me is 2. So I'm not sure what that actually means.
Yeah, hold on a sec. Let me get there myself so I can take a look.
I'm just looking at the cheat sheet here, so yeah.
Let me get to the actual space in the book that's about healing.
Sure.
And see what that says. Well, since you're looking that up still, or trying to figure that out still.
Yeah.
God damn, I'm hungry.
Oh, me too, dude. I'm like I was snacking. I was snacking before. I normally don't like to do that on stream, but I had to eat some chips. Or else all you hear is from my stomach when I'm trying to talk. I'm like, no, I don't want that to happen to me.
There's a
I
couple
have Chinese waiting for me.
Oh, yeah.
There's a couple of ramen that my friend just made.
You sneaky
Steal
bandit.
it.
Immediately after combat,
Yeah.
skill roll of 12 required. Requires a 2 box, which you have.
Yep. And I have a toolbox.
3 points of attribute damage that was dealt during the combat that just finished. This healing may be spread across multiple characters.
Yeah. So is that's so you don't have to worry about endurance healing because after combat you get your endurance
all goes
back.
up to max.
Yeah.
Right,
So any healing you have to apply is to yourself.
Attributes.
So the difficulty check for this is going to be 12. Since I have a toolbox, it's
it
plus
requires
2.
a toolbox.
Yeah, it requires a toolbox, and since I'm in a workshop, a designated workshop, that's an additional bonus on top of that. So, because I am in the medical
I would say
base,
that applies.
Yeah. So what would you say would be the total roll that I'd have here? So it's 3d6 +2, +2 for the toolbox, and then what? 4 for the.
Well, so paramedics itself is not a skill. The skill must mean medical.
Yeah, but I have a toolbox for medical.
Right.
So I have a
so
toolbox for medical, which gives it a +1. Oh no,
Right.
toolbox is +1, and a workshop is +2.
So you have a total of +3.
Total of +4, because I have
Where's the other
one.
+1?
I have 1 in medicine already.
That's just the skill roll you have to make.
Yeah. So I have a +1 from medicine, a +1 from a toolbox, and a +2 from the workshop.
I'm surprised it comes out to so little. But yeah,
Yeah.
that must be it.
So I need to get a higher than 12 to heal myself. Damn it! Fuck.
That's
well,
cruel.
That is pretty cruel, actually. Yeah. Um.
but that's to do it immediately after combat anyway.
Yeah.
Like,
So the only other
an
way that I can.
extended care
Yeah.
is spare time roll of 12,
Yeah.
which is probably easier for you to make anyway.
Yeah, but that is like outside of everyone finishing their roles or whatever. Outside of combat, like when you're at the end of the game.
You have to get
sort
to
of thing.
downtime for you to make another attempt on your
Yep.
2 perception damage.
Okay. Fantastic. Well, let's keep rolling.
Which also definitely means you're going to get a wicked ass scar because you haven't.
Yeah,
addressed it.
because fucking conditions on me interacting with other people wasn't already super low. So there's that.
You don't know that scars are going to be negative.
Well, you
especially
can
for
make
people-
it do whatever you want, like
Right. Yeah.
So. But yeah, okay, yeah. Continuing on.
All right. Now we're moving back to our cargo bay.
Do-do-do.
Dun, dun,
Diagonal
dun, dun, or something. All right, Graham.
Who?
Cannon.
Yeah, oh, okay. That's me.
Hi, I'm
Yes.
Cannon.
Cannon, what's your int roll or what's your int stat?
It's 2.
Okay, so I let you act first because you initiated combat last time.
Yeah.
But now combat is actually happening, and his int score is higher than you, so he's now going to go before you.
Do what you gotta do.
That sounds fair to me. Does anybody contest that?
Nope.
Oh,
Nah. I'm ready for it.
Sounds fun to me.
All right.
Cannon's
the first thing
body
he's
is
going to
ready.
do. The first thing he's going to do is attack again. Your total defense is +6 from cover, so you're
Yeah.
probably fine. What's your total?
20.
20. Yeah. He just falls short, actually, surprisingly. So just as his beam of energy is cutting into this cargo container, just at the end of it, it cuts through the corner there, and a little beam just barely whizzes past you as you reflexively dodge it. So he's cut a bit of a big hole in the side of that.
You could say it was his cat-like reflexes.
Fuck off.
Ah, lordy.
And in a very sort of predatorial stalking pattern, he circles you. He doesn't get closer, but he moves around your outside
Yeah, I see that.
to a closer point. And that is his totality of his actions.
Do I get the sense that he's protecting that area, or if he's like trying to keep me away from the
He's
personal
stalking
chambers?
you. You get the sense that he's
Okay.
moving on a perfect circle around you.
Right.
Gifka,
Okay.
what is your int score?
2.
Okay. Your robot also acts before, and we're doing both of these in sync now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he is going to he's going to move further away from you because he's scared of you. After that prone, or maybe it's fear, maybe it's some sort of robotic thing.
Do robots feel fear?
They
to
can
do-
now.
They
do
can
change
now.
Electric sheep.
You have created fear in the robots.
They do now. What's your total defense? Because now he is attacking.
Total defense is
Defense plus reflexes. In this case, you've got no cover.
13.
He misses.
Wow. You
You-
you beat him up pretty good, man. He's like, I don't want to hit you. Warning shots. Boof, boof.
Actually, what happens is, as he's sort of walking and shooting at the same, or preparing to shoot at the same time. And just as he gets over here, where he's going to actually take the shot, his foot sinks into the melted metal of his earlier wild shot.
Ooh.
And it throws off his balance, and he does another wild shot. And this one, it slices up a big, or cuts a big line in the metal, like, and actually slices up a big part of the elevator back there.
It's my elevator.
No, it's not.
Oh.
You guys are on the same
Oh, that
floor.
one. That one.
You guys are on the same floor. So there's a second set of elevators further down the ship. Anyway, now, crap. How do you determine turn order between two people with the same int score? Does it say?
Well, they would go at the same time, so.
I mean, they would go at the same time, but they're in the same combat, so who gets to go first? Or they just get to declare their actions at the same time and.
Well,
and
whoever
resolve
wants
them?
to go first, I guess.
Whoever wants to go first, that's how I usually do it.
Okay, we can just do that for now. I'm sure we'll hear from Wade. No, there's a very specific ritual.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
involves goats and blood and stuff.
Yeah, I'll go
just
second.
first
I
since
don't care.
I was asking first. I was acting first anyway.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense to me. All right, Cannon,
Yeah.
you go right ahead.
So the last turn he blew a hole in this cargo crate in front of me. What's in there exactly? You said there was like clothes and stuff.
Well, the way that he blew it is with melting. So actually, all you can see is a big melted patch of metal, because it melted. So then it fills itself in, and it's already sort of cooling. So you only just see melted metal.
Okay. Okay. In two actions, could I move and shoot simultaneously as one action, and then
You can.
draw a sword and stab second action, or is that like
You
you
can.
can't move and shoot as one action?
You can. So the
Okay,
first
you
one
can.
is called a snapshot, which you can attack and then move, or move and then attack. And then you could easily be in range for your melee attack as
It's
well.
also
at that
worth
point.
pointing out, if you have a high move score, Graham, you can do a spray fire and move with a -2 penalty to your move.
I have 4 movement.
So you would be able to move 2 squares if you did a snapshot, or you'd be able to move your full pace with a snapshot. A spray fire you can only move 2, -2, so you'd only be able to move 2 squares. With a snapshot you can move your 4, but you'd only be able to shoot. You'd only be able to do a 3d6 for attack.
I didn't think my movement was how many squares I can move. My move is 4 on my ability.
That's how many squares you can move.
That's how many squares you can move.
Okay.
Yeah, in combat at least, anyway. So.
Right.
So what you want to do though is shoot and melee him. You absolutely can do that in a single attack or a single turn.
Yeah. Yeah.
However, you will end up right next to him having melee.
Well,
damage.
no, you need to prep in order to draw a different weapon.
Oh.
But it's not
yeah,
drawn.
I was afraid of that.
It's not drawn because he said that he would have one in one hand and one in the offhand.
Oh, okay, which is in your offhand?
The SMG, I believe, is the one that's been in his offhand.
So that would be a
and
-2 to every single roll that you need to do.
He
with the
still
SMG.
wouldn't have missed any of his rolls.
Yeah.
I was keeping track of that.
Okay, cool.
Well, I didn't. I imagined it was the sword was still in its scabbard, honestly, and so I don't want to do it that way.
Okay.
It's been sheathed this whole time.
Okay, then you would have to prep to draw it.
Right. Okay. So interesting. Can I yell as like a freebie?
Yeah, you can communicate through as a freebie, I think. For
I say, hey, G, how's it going over there?
Gee.
you can respond as a freebie, Gifka.
It's almost dead.
Yeah.
Okay,
that's-
I'm gonna.
That's almost dead.
I'm going to move to this. So the crate that's at my right down here. I want to as a movement. I want to get closer to Gifka while bringing him with me, basically.
Sure. Yeah, you can.
I'll
You
try
can
to attempt.
1,
So
2,
I'm gonna get,
3, 4. You can move right here on just a move action.
and then I'll fire from behind that cover
Yep.
at him.
Works. That works.
That's just a single 3d6. You don't get any bonuses to that, though.
No, he does because he's not doing it as a spray and pray. He's doing 2 separate actions: a move and an attack.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Cool. But
So
you know,
can
if you wanted
add
to,
all your dice to it.
you can move there, and then attack, and then do another action to attack later. So you can attack twice, basically.
Why can he attack twice?
Because snapshot gives you your full move.
He's not snapshotting at any point.
What I'm saying is the first attack with 4 move squares would allow him to shoot once at the end of it as well.
Without any, you could move 4 squares and then shoot with no extra dice.
Yeah, so it'd just
which
be
you might
3d6.
as well do.
Yeah.
Because it's no worse than just moving.
That's right. Yeah. But you wouldn't get like your perception or whatever on top of it. So.
But it would be worse because you'd be out of the bullets. You
Yeah.
would spend the bullet.
Right.
You would spend one bullet.
I have 3 shots left in this clip. Okay.
You
So
got
it's
full
basically-
bullets.
I got one. Yeah,
3
I got
bullets.
one shot of full bullets. Right.
So what would happen is if
Basically,
you
that's all
use
I've
the
got to
spray
work
and
with.
pray, right, on
Yeah.
this turn, you would have 3d6 to hit, and then next turn you could only have 4d6 because you couldn't go up to 5 because
But
you would
you'd
have
get
you run out
your
of ammo.
perception and stuff on top of it as well. So.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'd rather just do the same roll I did last time, right? 5d6 plus 3.
Yeah.
Okay then. So you just take a move action and then you take your 5d6.
Brace against the crate like I was doing before and
Yep.
shoot it. Alright.
There you go. That's what you needed.
Yeah, you hit him.
Solid.
And you deal the damage. And let me just mark that down.
So you know what the damage is and everything, right?
Yeah, it's
Yep.
just 4. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna say I'll keep yelling that I'm bringing this other one to you.
All right.
Okay.
Gifga. It is now your turn.
I'm going to charge it. So just charge straight line to here.
Yep. So anything, Dave, about the charge attack that I should know?
It adds 1 to damage for every 3
Yeah,
tiles
it's
moved.
only a straight
Every
line,
3 tiles move, you add 1 damage. Well,
Yep.
you're
Yep.
gonna move 3 tiles.
and
Yeah.
he can move an additional 2 as well.
Yeah,
But
I don't
he
need
can't
the
go
additional
anywhere
2,
else.
but yeah.
So he's only 3 tiles away. So you charge
Only a
and
plus
make your
3 to hit.
attack roll. 15, you
15.
hit.
Okay.
So you do 6 damage total. Am I correct?
Yeah, is that a crit?
Yeah, you can use it to use your massive bash attack, which is on that weapon.
You can.
Yep. Knocks it down and moves it back 1 space.
Yeah, it's prone again and moves back 1 space and takes 6 damage.
Or wait, can it crit damage instead, or is it the one or the other thing?
What's
or
the crit
what?
damage on your thing?
5.
Then it can actually deal the crit damage instead if you would prefer.
No, you
So it can
do
only
you
be
do
one of two.
endurance and crit at the same time.
Right. But what I'm saying is you can't also do the prone attack.
Oh, I can't? Okay.
Yeah. So it's either the
Um,
prone and move 1 or the crit damage. However, I should point out that if you roll lucky, you could kill him with that attack.
Yeah, I'm going to do the crit damage.
All right. So roll the 1d6 to determine. You want to get a 4 to kill him in 1 attack.
You roll for crit damage?
Or
No, you roll
to
for
see
location.
which area, because the
Oh, yeah.
attribute attacks is random.
There you go.
4.
Wow. Okay. So, and it's his focus attribute. So, literally as you charge him, you swing your sword, and it collides right in the gap in his armor where his head meets his shoulders. And you destroy the joint that lets him swivel his head. And there's a big flash of sparks as you attack from right to the left,
Okay.
or the left to the right, whichever one you prefer. But you don't cleave all the way through. But from the side that you didn't attack from, there's just some wires and some piping that hold his disembodied head to his shoulders. And as sparks ripple through his body, the light shuts off, and he dies in a single attack,
Good
Okay.
stuff.
and crumples to the ground. Yeah.
Okay, and then I'll move to here with my second action.
Okie doke. You can do that.
So are these things very, like you mentioned, these things are very like velociraptors or something, right?
Well, they're
They're stalking like an animal.
This particular one, after targeting onto you, has been very predatorial in his pursuit.